sisters and brothers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all to Jakarta for the 32nd General Assembly. I hope you all had a pleasant journey to Jakarta and that you are satisfied with the arrangements. I sincerely hope that your stay in Jakarta will be a memorable one. I would like to express our thanks and appreciation to Islamic Development Bank as well as to the government of Indonesia for all the excellent arrangements and hospitality extended to us since our arrival. Welcome once more to Indonesia, Indah. Since we have the quorum, I would like to declare the 32nd General Assembly. You have before you working documents prepared by the ADFIMI Secretariat. Let me brief you about the documentation. Under the cover page, there is an index that provides the location of the documents prepared by the Secretariat. Now, the first item is the adoption of the agenda. May I have your views, opinions, comments, please? If there are no comments, it takes that the agenda is approved. Then we go to the item number 4, which is the adoption of the minutes and resolutions of the 31st General Assembly meeting held in Maputo, Mozambique on 11th June 2015. These minutes were sent to you earlier. Distinguished guests, distinguished members, are there any comments on the minutes? As I see none, minutes of the 31st General Assembly meeting has been approved. Let us now move to the item number 5 on our agenda, which is Secretary General's report. I will ask Brother Nuri Birtek, our Secretary General, to present the report to you. Brother Nuri Birtek, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I also greet all members attending this General Assembly. My report covers developments since the 31st General Assembly held in Maputo, Mozambique on 9th of June 2015 and aims at describing the activities of ADFIMI Secretariat performed under the directions and instructions of the Chairman of the Management Committee. In terms of management and administrative affairs, our technical assistant, Brother Mustafa Karabash, has recently left ADFIMI to pursue a career in media organization. We will soon have a new recruit in his place. I will highlight the resolutions of the 31st General Assembly. As you know, the 31st General Assembly minutes included 4 constitutional amendments, and in order to eliminate discrepancies between English and Turkish versions. Then General Assembly has unanimously resolved to reappoint myself for another 3-year term. Then the General Assembly has unanimously agreed to expel 6 members from membership. in accordance with Article 7.1 of the Constitution, as they defaulted on their subscription fees for over 4 years. On rotation of members, the General Assembly unanimously decided to advise the to allow the membership of SME Bank of Malaysia, Workers National Bank of Sudan to continue for a second 3-year term, and select Saudi Bangladesh Industrial and Agricultural Investment Company as the new member representing the South and Southeast Asia region. And then General Assembly has unanimously approved memberships of Saudi Sudanese Bank of Sudan and Somalia Development and Reconstruction Bank of Somalia. Then GA unanimously resolved to select Kadoğlu Certified Public Accountants as the external auditor for the auditing of 2015 accounts of ADFIMI for a price of $2,500 plus VAT. Then GA unanimously resolved to confer ADFIMI honorary membership on the Governor of Indonesia Central Bank for his role in the development of Indonesia, and unanimously approved of the external auditor's report given in Annex 6 of the working documents, and also unanimously approved of the report of the audit board given in Annex 7 of the working documents. The GA then also approved of the financial results given in the annexes, including the budget implementation for 2014, first quarter results 2015, revised budget for 2015, budget 2016, financial results for World Federation of Development Finance Institutions for the first quarter of 2015, and first quarter results for ADFIMI, state of subscription fee collections for ADFIMI as of end of 2014 and as of 25 May 2015 as they appeared in the working documents. As usual, the GA unanimously agreed to authorize Management Committee to sign minutes, resolutions and for other documents on its behalf. As a follow-up, we have followed the constitutional amendments and they were approved in September 2015. As far as conferment of honorary membership on the Governor of Indonesia Central Bank, there has been some misunderstanding in the process and this is being followed up still. I now go on to training programs since the 31st General Assembly. As you would recall, the regular annual CEO seminar was held jointly with IDB and the Central Bank of Mozambique on bank financing of SMEs in Sub-Saharan Africa. A copy of the flyer is attached to the working documents. The theme of the seminar was jointly selected with IDB to be SME banking prospects in Sub-Saharan Africa. And His Excellency Ömer Mita, Vice Minister of Industry and Trade, made the opening speech. There were 4 speakers in the seminar. In fulfillment of the decisions of the 59th Management Committee regarding ADFIMI's programs to be organized with regional representatives, regions being Africa and North Africa, Central Asia, South Asia, Middle East, and Southeast Asia. The Secretariat organized several regional training programs in 2015. It would be recalled that in line with the resolution, 2 regional programs were organized prior to the 31st General Assembly. Since the 31st General Assembly, the 3rd General Workshop for Central Asia region was jointly organized with the Fund for Financial Support of Agriculture of Kazakhstan on Islamic social financing, microfinance and micro-tekaful It was held in Almaty in November 2015. There were 32 participants from 6 countries and 16 speakers, panelists, moderators from 7 countries. It was held in the English and Russian languages. In its capacity as the Secretariat of World Federation of Development Finance Institutions, ADFIMI organized an international conference on development banking in the 21st century in Lima, Peru, on 8th of October 2015, jointly with ALIDE, Association of Development Finance Institutions in Latin America, on the sidelines of World Bank IMF annual meetings that were held in Lima, Peru. As the title implies, the conference dealt with the issue of changing roles of development banks and what shape they were expected to take. The conference was conducted in the schedule given in Annex 3, and there were 14 speakers from 11 countries. There were over 90 registered participants, 21 being from ADFIMI, and altogether from 26 countries. Our annual flagship event, ADFIMI Annual Development, was initially planned to take place in Doha on 26 to 27 October 2015, as you would remember. However, due to several factors, it had to be postponed to April this year, and eventually we successfully organized this meeting in Doha on 25-26 April. The theme of the forum was Developmental Central Banking, Issues, Prospects and Challenges. There were about 150 participants, with nearly 50 being from overseas. Mr. Emin Özcan and His Excellency Sheikh Abdullah Saud El Thani, the Governor of Qatar Central Bank, made the inauguration addresses. There were actually 3 sponsors, one IDB, and then Qatar Islamic Bank and Masraf Al Rayyan. There were 3 sponsors, and we had a successful event, and 4 of the sessions were actually moderated by our CEOs from ADFIMI member institutions. The details I have given on pages 5, 6, and 7. Among the important speeches was the one by Professor Ludwig Schutz from George Washington University on developments in oil prices and central banks in the region. The next ADFIMI event will be IDB-ADFIMI Joint CEO Seminar on the Status and Future of Financial Inclusion in the Southeast Asia on Tuesday, 17 May. That is the day after tomorrow. It is being jointly organized with IDB's KL office. There are 3 distinguished speakers, one each from Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brunei Darussalam. The seminar flyer is given in Annex 5. By the way, flyers for the other events I've just mentioned, they are also included in your working documents. So the first, after this event, the next seminar we expect to take place in June in Islamabad, Pakistan. It is being jointly organized with World Bank and IDB, with Zerai Tarikiyati Bank of Pakistan being the host. It is on financial inclusion strategies in South Asia, methodology and perspectives. In Annex 6, you can see the draft agenda of the seminar. The next regional seminar will be on Southeast Asia with the theme The Role of Islamic Finance in Financial Inclusion Agenda, and held in Yogyakarta, Indonesia on 26 to 27 July. It will be hosted by PMBT Social Ventures. This event being prepared with the kind inputs by IDB Regional Office in KL, and ADFIMI is grateful to Brother Konrad Veras-Sobrata for his brotherly cooperation. I've given a draft schedule of the event in Annex 7. Regional seminar for the Middle East is being organized with the Development Bank of Oman. The theme will be Status and Future of SME Development and Finance, with special reference to the Middle East. And the dates will be 21 to 24 August 2016. Draft agenda is given in Annex 8. Another regional seminar that has already been arranged for 26 to 30 September 2016 in Astana for the Central Asian region. The seminar will jointly be organized with IRTI and Fund for Support of Agriculture of Kazakhstan, and will be managed by 3 experts from Industrial Development Bank of Turkey. And we are grateful to the Industrial Development Bank of Turkey for providing such distinguished resource persons. ADFIMI also plans to organize a 2-day event on the role of development finance institutions in achieving sustainable development goals, whose draft agenda is given in Annex 9, and we expect to materialize this event in November 2016. As you know, we have signed a memorandum of understanding with Center for Islamic Banking and Management of Brunei Dar es Salaam, and we expect to organize a joint training program on corporate management in December or January in Brunei Dar es Salaam. I would like to remind distinguished members that implementation of these programs is subject to the availability of funds, and we request those members who have not yet paid their annual dues to do so as soon as possible. As far as promotional activities are concerned, we continue our newsletter, publishing of our newsletter, and keeping our webpage alive. As you know, we launched our new webpage last year in March, and it is now conforms to modern standards of web pages. And I would like to mention that Halkbank, one member of ADFIMI, is displaying on its homepage a phrase that sends a link to our ADFIMI's webpage, with the saying that Halkbank is a member of ADFIMI. So we are grateful, and we would appreciate if other members would do the same. As far as relations with the IDB is concerned, we are always grateful to IDB for the support they provide. And the seminar that will take place on 17 May will be co-sponsored by IDB. As I already mentioned, our major event, the ADFIMI Development Forum that was held in Doha, was financed, co-sponsored by IDB, as well as our Islamic Microfinance and Microtekaful workshop in Almaty was also co-sponsored by IDB. We are grateful to President Dr. Ahmed Mohamed Ali, who is an honorary member of ADFIMI, for his continued support. As far as relations with IRTI is concerned, we already have a memorandum of understanding with IRTI, and we are expecting, they have supported our workshop on Islamic microfinance and microtekaful in Kazakhstan. and will sponsor project appraisal seminar to be held in Astana coming September. We are grateful to Dr. Azmi Omar for his support given to ADFIMI. I would also like to touch upon a relationship with CESIC, CIBFM, NIFTY, and we continue keeping our contacts with them. As far as relations with the WFTFI is concerned, as you know, we were the secretariat for WFTFI for 3 years, and this our tenure ended as of 1st of January 2016. As for membership, we had one member. We had a new member accepted by the 61st Management Committee. The bank is Ziraat Participation Bank of Turkey, and we hereby inform the General Assembly to acknowledge the membership of Ziraat Participation Bank. On cooperation among members, I have two items to deliver. The first is that Somalia Development and Reconstruction Bank, SODEV, requested training on development banking. The request has been positively responded by the Development Bank of Turkey and is planned to be implemented from 3rd to 14th of October 2016 for 7 staff members of SODEV. We are at the moment looking for financial support of TİKA, Turkish International Development Agency, and or IDB. And second item I want to report to you is the Industrial Development Bank of Turkey has organized an on-the-job training program on gratis spaces for 2 staff members of Oman Development Bank from 11 to 15 April 2016 at its headquarters in Istanbul, and they visited 17 departments at the TSKB. We are grateful to TSKB for, especially to Mr. Refik Akıncı, for providing this excellent service in the spirit of cooperation and solidarity among ADFIMI members. And I also heard that this cooperation will continue as Oman Development Bank has recently asked for additional support. So we will come back to financial tables at the end of the next item. Thank you.
Brother Nuri Birtek, thank you very much for your presentation. Sisters and brothers, is there any comment or question? If there is no, then I want to move to item number 6. Recommendations of the Management Committee. Under this item, the General Assembly has to consider 4 recommendations of the Management Committee. The first one is the membership issues. Brother Nuri Birtek, can you please give us the details?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Under membership issues, we have 3 items. We have first have regretfully reported we have to recommend, Management Committee had to recommend to the General Assembly that 4 of our members has to be suspended from membership due to defaulting on their annual subscription fee payments, as well as losing any kind of contact with ADFIMI. They have not responded to any of our calls or invitations. So they are Industrial Development and Workers Bank of Egypt, Export Development Bank of Egypt, Turkish Joint Stock Commercial Bank of Turkmenistan, and Agricultural Bank of Sudan. It's up to the General Assembly to go ahead with this recommendation.
I want to ask your opinion or comment, or otherwise I want to vote it. Accepted? Okay. Thank you. Now, the suspension of members, 4 members, is accepted by the General Assembly. Now for the second issue.
Second, in view of course, in view of losing members, we need to recruit new members, and the best way to increase membership is by recommendation. So the management committee requests members especially the CEOs and executives of our member banks, to work towards increasing the membership of ADFIMI. And the third item is accepting new members. As I mentioned in my report, the 61st Management Committee has unanimously accepted to ordinary membership Ziraat Participation Bank. Management Committee reports to the 32nd General Assembly for their acknowledgement in accordance with the Article 4.2a of the Constitution. The application documents are attached for the benefit of General Assembly. They are in Annex 11.
Distinguished members, is it accepted? Yes. Okay, thank you. And now we can move to another one. Yes, the next item concerns rotations of members. As you know, by our Constitution, Management Committee members are elected for a 3-year term, and 3 members have to retire every year, according to Article 11.1e. They can extend their term for a second 3-year term, according to the Article 11.1h. Not exceeding 6 years term. Secretary General will enlighten us on the present situation.
Thank you. As the distinguished chairman just mentioned, our members are entitled to membership of Management Committee for a period of 3 years, which can be extended for an additional 3 years. But the 3 members, Bank Rakyat Malaysia, I must exclude Bank Rakyat Malaysia, Halk Bank of Turkey and Bank Industry and Mine of Iran, they have exhausted their membership tenure by being member of ADFIMI Management Committee for 6 years. As for Bank Rakyat Malaysia, they have completed their 3-year tenure, but according to an understanding among Malaysian members, they rotate their membership every 3 years. So this year, Malaysian banks, they came to a conclusion that Bank Rakyat Malaysia be replaced by Bank Pembangunan of Malaysia, and Halk Bank of Turkey will be replaced by Ziraat Participation Bank of Turkey, since Ziraat Participation Bank expressed desire to become a member. And similarly, Bank Industry and Mine of Iran will be replaced by Bank Keshavarzi of Iran, as Bank Keshavarzi of Iran expressed a desire to be a member.
Distinguished members, is it accepted? Okay, thank you very much. So we congratulate our new board members. The next item concerns selection of an external auditor for 2016 accounts. Brother Nuri Birtek also will give us details for this item.
As by constitution, we have to, the General Assembly has to select an external auditor every year, and Secretariat has obtained 4 offers, given in Annex 11, and the 62nd Management Committee has considered these offers and recommends the General Assembly to select Kadoğlu Certified Public Accountants to audit ADFIMI's 2016 accounts for a price of $2,500 plus VAT.
Yes, as you see, we have 4 offers, and the most competitive one is Kadoğlu Yeminli Müşavirlik. Is it accepted? Thank you. So, our next item is the financial results. We have external auditors report, the report of ADFIMI Audit Board, and 8 tables before us in Annex 12. Management Committee has considered the tables and decided to recommend to the 32nd General Assembly to approve of item. If requested, I will give the floor to Secretary General to provide explanations. The documents are with you. Well, Brother Nuri Birtek, can you please give information about financial results in general?
Okay. Now, the first document is the external auditor's report, given in Annex 12A. This is done in compliance with the Turkish law for associations, and it covers the accounts from 1st of January to 31st of December, and it's all in Turkish liras. So the tables are available there with balance sheet, income statement, and so on. These are they are different. These accounts are different from other tables that give us accounts in US dollars, whereas the Turkish or the external account includes all the incomes and expenditures in the calendar year. The US dollar accounts covers the accounts in the operating year. That is, if we, for instance, if we receive subscription fees for 2015 in December 2014, it will appear in the external account, external auditor's account in 2014, whereas in the US dollar account it will be here in the 2015 accounts. I hope I make this clear. This account, the external auditor's account, has been examined by our audit board, and I'm glad to mention that Ms. Patricia Orjandole is here. One of the audit members, and they have reported their report is given in Annex 12B. And I go to Annex 12C, which is implementation of ADFIMI budget 2015. In general, we usually have less income than we anticipate. Therefore, spend less than anticipated. Generally, the numbers are minus, exception of investment in 2015, because in 2015 we had one company car and we had to renew it. So we bought car in December, so it appears as investment in December 2015, and in line 37. And the old car was sold in January, so it appears in line 7 on the next table, Annex 12D, line 7. So those are the two lines that appear unusual. Plus on 12D, the line 6 grants, as you can see, exceeded our estimate for the year, 60,000, already exceeded in the first quarter. This is because, this is in contrast to line 6 on Annex 12C, where we recorded less than anticipated grants, minus 57,000. So, because our annual event was postponed to 2016, so these are the two lines that need to, in terms of anomalies, if you like. And in Annex 12E, ADFIMI revised budget, we had to revise this budget in order to cater for the new situation of grants, as well as we had to pay benefits to our technical assistant who left ADFIMI on line 13. So in order to cater for new situation, we had to revise budget for 2016. So the first quarter is the actual result for 2016, and second, third, and fourth quarters are revised accordingly. In Annex 12F, we have ADFIMI budget for 2017, and Annex 12G. As you remember, we were Secretariat for WFTFI, and we had to report their expenditures and incomes on a separate sheet. It's not a very, you can see 3 members have not paid their subscription fees in 2000. Anyhow, although we ended year with minus $723. The new secretariat has paid us this amount so that we have the balance. And Annex 12H shows the annual membership subscriptions situation there. You can see which members have not paid their annual subscriptions. And annual ADFIMI member subscription for 2016 is shown on Annex 12I. This is as of 6th May. So I must add, we have received, in the meantime, we have received subscription fee from Uganda Development Bank. And we also received some subscription fee from Saman Bank of Iran, but it doesn't appear on this table. So that that concludes my presentation for the financial results. If there are any questions, I'm at your disposal.
Is there any question or remark or comment? Distinguished members, sisters and brothers, this brings us to the end of our agenda, except for any other business. Do any of the distinguished members want to add to what has already been said? Oshangara? Or the other members? You want to say anything?
Thank you, Chairman. I just want to thank the Secretary General.
Thank you very much.
I think he's doing a good job. I just have one question or comment on the appointment of external auditor.
Louder, please.
Question on the appointment of external auditor. I just wanted to know how many years has he been auditing?
I think we had this for the last 5 years, I think.
Thank you. In that case, my recommendation then would be that at some point we may consider rotation, basically in accordance to best practice, where organizations are not encouraged to have one external auditor for a long time. But I am not sure what is ADFIMI's policy, because a number of organizations have policies and say auditors should be rotated after 3 years or 5 years or 6 years. So just a point for ADFIMI to consider. Thank you.
Well, we don't have any rule as to the yes, we have no restriction. Time or number of years that an external auditor can be appointed. Do you have any recommendation for study international?
It varies from company to company, but 3 years, I'm just going by my country's example.
3 years?
Yes, some may go up to 10 years, but international standards do not recommend a long period of time. But it can be discussed at management level.
So I understand you said from 3 to 10 years? Is that what it is?
It really varies, but I would recommend that management looks into it and agree what they think ADFIMI can go by.
Okay, thank you very much for your recommendation. Actually, there is no restriction for time period for the external auditor, but for the best practice, maybe we can limit this, and inshallah, next General Assembly, we may change this auditor. Up to now, we made evaluation on their offers. I mean, we selected the auditor or to be recommended to the General Assembly, which gave us the best offer, I mean, the cheapest one. But next year, we'll take into consider your recommendation and we'll change this auditor. Okay. Thank you very much. Now, I thank you all for participating in this 32nd General Assembly and appreciate your contributions. We shall meet at 1:30 on Tuesday in this room for the ADFIMI joint seminar. And before leaving this meeting, I request you to have a group photo beyond the screen, on the stage, yes. Distinguished members, sisters and brothers, thank you very much for attending this meeting. Till we meet again, may Allah Almighty bless you all.